Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. Here we are on the Secret Formula, and I'm with my family and half the league. So we're gonna keep this short and simple, really quick, pretty much like Dominic's reign on top. So since this probably won't air before this kickoff, which is in about 3 hours, we'll just sort of stick to like the players more so than the games and just situational aspects.
Are you tipping that phone to shove on your chest?
What? Oh yeah, I've been working on this. So that's Uncle Len back there. He's our bottom barrel player right now.
That's right.
But he's
I'm tanking for next year's first round draft pick.
He's on the upward swing. So
it's just as hard to be at the bottom as to be on top. So
and being the one on top, no, it's not. This is Aunt Donna.
Hey!
And that's actually my opponent this week. So
I'm making a prediction.
I guess we'll start with her. So it looks like Sam Bradford is gonna play.
Yeah.
So Aunt Donna owns Thielen, and that's my dad. We'll call him Dad.
First place, Frank.
He owns Stephon Diggs. So this is Aunt Karen.
Hi, I'm Aunt Karen. Danny, make good choices.
So, being the Vikings wide receiver owners, it looks like Sam Bradford is going to play on Monday. Does that make Diggs and Thielen must starts? Because they've played well without him.
Okay, Stephon Diggs is going to score 2 touchdowns today. So watch out.
And Thielen's going to get the other 2. And just so you know, we were starting them with or without Bradford.
Yes.
Okay, so
Diggs is good for 25 points today.
Yes, and I'm sure Thielen for at least 21.
well, they do play on Monday, but they're versus Chicago. So I agree they'll both have good games. I don't know about 2 touchdowns each.
Did you say Uncle Billy also?
Uncle Billy's I didn't want to interrupt him. He's manning the vessel right now. This is Uncle Billy-O. And yeah, that's about half our league. So I guess we'll turn to Dominic, who has Martavis Bryant, who's been a bit of a disappointment thus far. But he's so talented. And Dominic goes to Clemson, so he knows all about Jerron Brown, Sammy Watkins, all these Clemson receivers. So fill us in on Martavis as well as the rest of the Clemson receivers that are relevant.
Yeah, I'd say Martavis is extremely talented. He's got the height and the speed, but I think Big Ben's lost it.
Hey. Honestly, it's sacrilege right there.
Ben.
My mom loves Big Ben, so Dominic's now grounded.
I think Martavis is best at but without Big Ben hitting him deep, I don't think he can do it anymore.
You don't think so?
I would not play Martavis.
Big Ben is 6'7". He can just do this and drop it deep.
I think Sammy Watkins is clearly the guy.
Is the best guy in LA?
Watching out for
Todd Gurley is better, but
Different position.
Watkins is just going to keep getting better and better. Yeah.
He just has to get more comfortable in that offense. Sean McVay, right?
He's got followers anyway.
What?
LA, Sean McVay? He's a coach?
Yeah, he's the young guy, right?
And the best part is when
Youngest
he's
coach in the
done, he
league.
just tucks the phone into his
So don't play Martavis this week, but he's very talented, so hopefully Ben can turn it around. We'll see about that.
Also,
I guess
Deshaun Watson is a must-have backup quarterback.
Backup, not a starter, backup.
But he's great for your bye.
Yes, he is.
You have a bye and you have him. That's awesome, especially when you're a Fuller. Yeah, you're great. All
right, so I guess it means play Watson with Fuller, and we'll go over to Uncle Len briefly because he's got a couple questions for Uncle Len. Uncle Len.
All right, here's my strategy for the week.
He's got Devontae Adams, who looks like he's going to play. How do you feel about this?
I think that half my team is on a bye because I have so many Saints that I have no choice but to go with him. And here's my other piece of strategy. I have Drew Brees and I have Eli Manning as my quarterbacks. Brees is on a bye, and I'm still considering going with him.
As a Giant fan, this upsets me, but I understand. He's played well, though, because all he can do is throw.
He got like 32 points last week. I'm kidding. He blew Brees away last week, but...
How do you feel about Perkins, though? The Giants have no run game.
Now,
hey, I picked him up off of waivers.
Yeah, twice.
One of my best moves ever.
Goldman is the new man.
Dominic, do you agree? Clemson man?
Extremely talented.
So we're gonna turn to Uncle Billy out. We don't want to distract him too much because we can't have the secret.
Look out for the dolphin!
There are manatees afoot.
I'm good. I gotta watch the fish.
He's gotta watch the fish.
I want to rebuttal that.
My dad has another comment.
I just want to rebuttal that Wayne Gallman. He's definitely not O.J. Simpson. Let's call a spade a spade. He was a 6th round draft pick. Okay, and the Giants have no running backs, so that's why all of these New Yorkers are jumping on the Wayne Gallman bandwagon. He's an okay running back. He'll probably get 5 touches this week. Thank you.
Wayne Gallman was a 4th round draft
No,
pick.
you're good. Whatever you want to do.
For what it's worth, I think Dark was coming back this week also, so it'll be a committee of ineffective running because our line has not gotten any better.
If they give Bowman a real chance, he could do better than the other two.
If they do, he'll do better. I think he'll do better than Perkins. Vereen is the pass catcher, so that just sort of depends on game flow. But I think he's a better back than Gallman, than Perkins and Darkwa.
And you gotta change it up. They have to make changes. But they're 0 for 4 record. They gotta make changes.
Supposedly, according to Rappaport, McAdoo's not on the hot seat. I don't understand it.
I could do a class.
So I'm the 0-4 Giants fan. My brother's the 0-4 Chargers fan. Who do you have winning?
Hopefully the Giants.
Hopefully, at this point, it's a race for last place. So we're gonna go over here to my mom and Aunt Michelle, and my mom is co-captain with Dominic. So how do you feel about your other son's 2-2 start?
I'm confident he's going to come back up.
All right, so
I think I got so nervous being on a podcast.
So, of your 2 sons, are you rooting for him to end my cockiness?
I'm rooting for him.
You're right. Of course you are. Of course you are.
I like him.
So, they hate my bragging. They hate my winning ways, which aren't going to end until about week 8 when my whole team's on a bye.
He weighing the boat down with that divvy hat.
I'm weighing the boat. I put down a 34-ounce steak yesterday, and now the boat's sinking.
Did you weigh in this morning?
I did not. I couldn't find a scale. Do we know? Uncle Billy and Aunt Laura are up there. Their son Nick is the other co-podcast member. He's back in Tampa right now. But that's his parents, all the way at the top of the vessel. I guess I'll just give a few other pieces of advice because we're in motion now. Detroit running backs. There's concern about Riddick with game flow. I think Abdullah has sort of taken that job. Amir Abdullah's been getting 17 or more touches and he's been effective with them. So in Detroit, I think the only real back to own is Amir Abdullah at this point. I don't know who has him in our league. Well, it's either Matt or Brendan probably. So if you have Theo Riddick, are you dropping him?
No, Matt.
At this point?
I'm just dropping Alvin Kamara, she said.
Yeah.
She said she doesn't like the way he's going.
If you have Alvin Kamara,
If he gets 0 points this week, then I'm out.
Alright, I like the way you think. I'll pick him up because he's a slacker.
if he gets 0 points on his bye week, you're dropping him.
I want to
Pick him up.
We thought that Ben Roethlisberger is going to throw for 350 yards this week. My son Dominic is wrong.
So we have contradicting reports about the Steelers.
I am willing to bet
T.Y.
I own that
Alright,
Ben
T.Y.
Roethlisberger is not
T.Y.
throwing 350 yards.
He's versing San Fran, and according to Nick, who's our Colts fan, T.Y. had, what was it, like 140 yards last time he versed San Fran?
Yep.
And San Fran doesn't have any lockdown cornerbacks. So it's possible. Jacoby Brissett's look good. T.Y. will do well. I'm versing him, so I hope not. But I think he will have a good week this week. Now, since we're on Aunt Donna right now and her team, how do you feel about Isaiah Crowell?
And Karen wants to add something.
I think everyone should give him 1 more week against the Jets.
The last week.
Nothing against the Jets, then he's got to go.
Well, on this bye week, you might have to start him, but do you drop him if he blows smoke and does nothing again? Is he gone after this?
He's definitely on my bench, and if someone else comes up that I want, if he doesn't do anything this week, I will drop him I'll put him on my bench.
You heard it here first. Coach is pissed. Coach is so pissed at you, Isaiah. And Karen wants to add something.
I predict that Ben Roethlisberger is gonna throw for 350 yards.
Oh, predictions!
Dominic, everyone's just crapping on you right now.
Wait, just on goal. It's just the two of them.
Go Ben, go Ben.
All right, so I guess we'll keep this one really short because we've got tanning and drinking and festivities to do. Arizona receivers. Obviously, you're starting Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
And Donna owns J.J. Nelson on her bench. I now own Jerron Brown, who's been consistent for 3 weeks. He's their biggest target. I don't know if it'll continue. He went to Clemson, so Dominic has insight there as well. Out of all these Arizona receivers, not counting Larry Fitz, do you trust any of them? Because John Brown's back as well. Which
Oh,
you may.
And I destroyed Donna Giaquinto last week. J.J. Nelson had 0
I would
points.
have won. He needed
0.
8 points.
So
8 points.
I am no longer the doormat of the league, and she is not the guru of the league. I am the guru. J.J. Nelson, 0 points.
Yeah, JJ was great the first 2 weeks. Now I have to watch and decide if he's not doing anything in the next week or two.
Double.
He needs to go.
So, would you say, Dominic, that John Brown is going to jump into the number 2 spot now that he's back? I mean, the sickle cell trait is always a concern.
I think he's
You think it's Jerron or John?
I think John.
Jerron?
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I think John Brown's the number 2, but I wouldn't want either of them. I think neither of them will thrive. I don't think.
All right, so we have
I think it just
differing opinions. Dad, John or Jerron? Where are you going?
I agree with Dominic,
You
but
think
I
it-
wanted to add something. I think the sleeper of the week receivers is Michael Crabtree. I think he's going to score about 22 points. Michael Crabtree.
Crabtree is back. He doesn't have Derek Carr this week, but he's very consistent. Great hands. Crabtree, and he's been better than Cooper for what it's worth for the last 2 years. So I think that's a good play. For your flex consideration, I'm debating Jerron Brown or Hunter Henry against the Giants. I'd be going dual tight end because I had Cameron Brate put up, what was it, 69 yards and a touchdown, 70 yards and a touchdown, something like that. I feel like those two plays are interchangeable. You can't go wrong because the Giants can't guard tight end. So if you have Hunter Henry, he's a good play this week. I think Jerron Brown is as well because he's a huge target and the Eagles' defense is severely banged up. So depending on your buy situation, what your roster construction looks like, either one of them are a decent play this week. I don't know going forward because Gates is still there. Which, Dominic, as the Chargers fan, Gates or Henry? This is a debate everyone across the nation has been having.
I think it's Henry now.
You think it's Henry now?
I think they were trying to get Gates the most touchdowns for any tight end, and since he's got that record, I think he's slowly going to be used less. And
So Gates is fading out and Henry's trending up.
yeah, they want Henry now.
All right, we'll see. And one last thing on tight ends. Jack Doyle owners. He's probably going to play. He had a concussion. Andrew Luck, it keeps looking like he's coming back later and later. So depending what's out there, if you still have Jesse James or Austin Seferian Jenkins on your waiver wire, it may be worth considering dropping Doyle and grabbing him. But as always, it's your roster and your decision. So I'm going to go get started on the drinking. I'll give you one quick shot of the ocean. And good luck with your lineups.